Hey, welcome to Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf, and as always, I'm out in the hunt as a leader of the pack, looking for food in the form of information to bring back to you to help, with your mastery and just generally moving forward in life. Here we are, Labor Day, end of summer. What are you doing this weekend? I was thinking about, um, the holiday, about connecting, and about continual improvement. The holidays are a lot about connecting, right? You connect with friends, connect with family. Well, with the great shutdown, that's going to be modified some depending on where you live. In some places, in California, only some people are allowed to gather, as we saw in the news recently. And we do what we can. So we gather. This normally on Labor Day weekend, I attend a community thing that we've been doing in our area here. Hey, Ernest, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. So every Labor Day weekend, we have an event here in the area that I live in. This has been going on for over 30 years. A bunch of us get together, and I mean, a bunch of us. There are people that fly in that used to live in the area. They come back for it, and there's speakers and social stuff happening. And it is just I'm going to have to share this. Workaholics Anonymous, indeed. There's a lot of us, aren't there? Got to have some time for yourself, though. Got to connect. You got to enjoy some. Maybe slow it down just a notch. Still get stuff done. We'll come back to that. Hold that thought. We'll come back to that. But it's talking about this event that we normally do because of the great shutdown. Couldn't happen this year. Because we're talking a couple thousand people. Oh my gosh, there's a blast from the past. Chris Myers, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Have a fun, safe holiday weekend for you and your family. Chris and I go back many decades, many, many more decades than I'd be willing to admit. But we grew up together. It's good to hear from you, buddy. So we couldn't do, normally it's a couple thousand people, anywhere from 2,500 on a big year to be 4,000, 4,300 people at this event. And it's a huge community event. Couldn't do it this year. They're going to do it online, but I'm not joining in. I'm online. I don't know about you, but I'm online all week. Zoom meetings, doing research, writing, taking care of business. But here's the thing. The live event was about coming together and being able to connect and get FaceTime with people, visit with people, be able to talk one-on-one with people that I haven't seen for, in some cases, for years. We bump into each other every 5-10 years and catch up on what's happening. The thing is, hey, Michael Jones, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a great holiday weekend, brother. Maybe we'll get out for a ride or a hike, hopefully. I'll follow up with you on that. It's great to see, and this is what it's about. It's having those kinds of connections, being able to have one-on-one time. With the way they're doing this event, since it moved to Zoom this year, can't do that. So for me personally, I'm like, it's not, I'm Zooming like crazy, doing internet meetings like crazy all week long. When I have that one-on-one time, if it's possible to, to be able to connect with some of the people one-on-one, maybe that would be to do a one-on-one internet meeting, something that's compliant with what we're told we have to do. And it just takes all that out of it. So what to do with the weekend, right? So it gives an opportunity to go hiking, go motorcycle riding with, with close friends like Mike that just checked in with us a little bit ago, to be able to check in with people like Chris Myers, who's joined us here, to, haven't talked in years, be able to chance to connect some, to do that kind of thing, and spend time with family and still connect and have some downtime. There's other ways to connect too, though, right? It's one thing I like about hiking or going for a walk on the beach or just taking a tool through the community with, here's a good connection. Horseback. Yes, Ernest, of course. I love horseback riding. That's one of the adventures we've got planned coming up. Shh, don't tell anybody though. To be able to do stuff like that. But it's another way to connect with nature, to connect with self. So it's about mind, body, and spirit. And if that's something that's not on your radar, give it a consideration. If that's something that bothers you, that I mentioned that, well, I challenge you to consider, why does that bother you? That's something that works for me. Maybe something to explore for you. If not, you can always drop off the live stream we're doing here. We'll wait. Now, for those, if you're still here, consider that mind, body, spirit. What are you going to do with the weekend, the holiday, to recreate, recreate, but yet not lose sight of continual improvement? Like, for example, what books are you reading right now? Somebody asked that question on a Facebook feed. And I go, what books are you reading right now? I was thinking, for me personally, I'm reading Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss and On Writing by Stephen King. The Carrie, Cujo books, writing like that, to learn more about communication. The Tribe of Mentors is great because it's insights from high performers, world-class high performers that Tim Ferriss has interviewed. And it's kind of something to see what some of the trends are. What are the things that are common amongst all these people from different industries, different backgrounds, and how that can apply to my life. What are you reading right now? Those are just two of the books I'm reading. I'm reading some science fiction, and it has been awful science fiction. I'm not going to mention the titles because I'm not here to bash the authors. I mean, I read it and just like, it's boring. It gets preachy, get talked at, lectured. There's one of the things that had me thinking about that in reading Stephen King On Writing. It tends to be too much passive voice, where they're just giving description, they're reporting, like reporting the news, as opposed to really engaging in story. So we're looking at what is it that makes a story engaging, right? Like the first time I went on a motorcycle run with a pack of motorcyclists, right? We had, I lined up fourth back from the front, total of 28, 2x2. So we had 14 on either side. And I am sitting there fourth back, a place of honor, because I was riding with my brother who had an officer's position with one of the organizations that had organized this particular ride. And it was an amazing experience. We're rolling out with all those, get a safety briefing on, what are the hand signals so everybody can communicate with each other, saying hi, high five, vibe. But so I'd be prepared to be able to communicate and to watch the person in front of me be able to communicate to the person behind me so that we don't run into each other. So don't want someone hitting a road hazard because I didn't know how to communicate properly when I saw something in the road, or the rider in front of me had given me a hand sign and said, what, we point, what's that? So it was a great experience. It was a long ride. We had to, it was fun. And oh man, it was nighttime. We left it, we're rolling out at midnight, and I am dog tired. I've been up for 2 days because I was working part-time, going to school full-time. And I was just, I had stayed up the night before. I had to do homework. And so I got up, went to class in the morning, went to work in the afternoon, rode 3 hours to meet with this group, waited for a couple hours for everybody to get together. We're leaving at midnight. I haven't slept in 2 days, and I'm exhausted and excited because it's going to be fun. We're going to go on a weekend ride, just like this, just like a Labor Day weekend event. We're going out for the weekend, and, and it's just, the night air is cool and humid. And off we go. See the person go front, go next, and it's our turn. My riding partner and I, boom, we rolling out. I'm so happy, and I'm like nervous too. And I'm watching, and I see the person behind me, and it's just off we go into the night. So it's being able to tell story, right? To be able to better communicate with you. I want to draw you in when I'm sharing something with you. I want it to be engaging so you enjoy the journey and can perhaps pick up some gold nuggets here and there, or drop in some learning, like the education that went into prepping a group that large to travel safely together, to make sure, even though most everyone was, I was a newbie, but most everyone was a seasoned rider, still go back to the fundamentals, right? John Wooden. You could play basketball with John Wooden on the UCLA basketball team for 4 years. And that fourth year, you're still starting the season with, here's how you put your socks on. Here's how you lace up your shoes. It's the 101, working on the 101 stuff. So over the Labor Day weekend, I look at what books I'm reading. That's some 101 stuff. Looking at how, is there something from the reading that I can get? If I read 2 books, can I get at least one thing from each book that I can apply in my life that'll help me do what I am working to do, what I'm working to achieve more effectively, to help me more communicate with you more effectively, that will make talks like this or trainings, other things that we do, more engaging for you so that you enjoy and go, yeah, I want some more of that. because you're having fun. You're getting something from it that feeds you mentally, cycle. We're not doing physical workouts, so physical's kind of off the table for what when we have our talks together. But when you're here, maybe something spiritually, that just something that helps, that helps, makes you think, yeah, at the very least, feeling better at the end of the talk than when you were at the start. So, it's about the holiday, connecting, recreating, recreate, right? Being able to get some downtime, enjoying the holiday, and taking some time to still work on continual improvement, whatever that may be. Maybe some meditation, maybe just sitting. Have you ever, just imagine this? I was on a phone call and I stood out front of where we live in the grass, took my shoes off, took my socks off, and I'm working I'm a dog person, but I was working my toes in the grass like a cat, and I could feel the grass. And it's like, oh man, it's been so long. I couldn't remember the last time I had my bare feet in the grass. And there's some trees on a hillside not far from where we're at. And I could hear you got the wind in the pines, and there's that sound in the pine trees. There's a bird chirping, saw a butterfly going by. And I'm on this long, talking to someone on a long distance phone call, listening on the other and going, yeah. I was just like, okay, more focused on what the other person was saying. It was just it's like click. I'm in that groove. And I'm better understanding what this person's saying to me. And I'm enjoying the sound that whoosh through the pine trees, the light breeze. I'm enjoying the two ravens that are talking to each other from treetop to treetop, back and forth. I'm answering a question. I'm working my feet in the grass and feeling connected and relaxed as opposed to tense. Right? I get on the phone, I'm listening, I'm like, yeah. Tesla, bam, 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 bam. And I notice I'm banging on the keyboard. It's like, it wasn't like that. It's a very different experience. Had great conversation. And the environment was part of it. Are you going to do that this weekend? Are you going to create some time to maybe, if you're near a beach, go to the beach, boom, sink your bare feet into the wet sand, watch that horizon, maybe catch a sunset or a sunrise. It's beautiful. You get that gloaming where you get that warm gold. The sun's just coming up over the horizon or just disappeared over the horizon. Barbecuing with some friends. There we go. Michael Jones. Absolutely. Sound of the wind in the pines. Yep. So me too. It settles you down better than any drug ever could. Go whisper into my soul. So beautifully put. Absolutely. And that was the experience I had when I was listening to that. And so what are you going to do this weekend? You're going to do stuff like that? Create some time to do that. Share that with your family, or if if you have family or some friends, social distancing, mask, whatever you have to do based on where you live, whatever requirements are, but to be able to get while physically distancing, still socially connecting like we're doing right now, to be able to share that and to have that experience with other people. Maybe I'll have the opportunity with one or more of the people that are here, and who you are, to hear those pines rustling at Newcomb's Ranch this weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But it is, it's just, it resets. It's part of the holidays. What part of the holidays for? And still doing some work, some work around the house, projects that have been sitting, need some more time, waiting for you to have some time to focus on them. Yeah, maybe reading some. What are you reading? Share in the comments. What are you reading right now? What are you doing? What's helping you move forward? What's helping you grow so that you can be more effective, so you can be more of service to the people around you, so you can have a bigger impact, so you can achieve the goals you've set for yourself. It's really my hope for you is that you achieve the goals that you set for yourself, and that you live a life that feels well lived. So I know what that feeling's like. It's all too familiar with that feeling of, oh, you know what? I'm not achieving. I'm not even putting my best in. Not to my capabilities. One thing to put it all on the field and not hit the mark. It's another thing to look across the field and know I didn't get off the bench. You may have had that feeling at times. And it may be true. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not true. It's just a perception. So who do you have around you that help you calibrate that to know which is which? So been thinking a lot about our 100 cubed program. We'll talk more in the future about that, but that's about having a big impact. So a big, hairy, audacious goal. The scary thing of going, yeah, you know what? We can really, really have a massive impact, leave a legacy with the 100 cubed. But how about you? What are you up to? What are you doing? Hope you have a great holiday. That's all I've really got today. Just wanted to share that. It was on my mind, on my heart. Think about, who do you call? Who do you hang out with? Who do you got in your life that can help you connect like that and share those moments and go, yeah, you know what? That sound in the pines, that whispering in the trees is really settling things down. Writing, as always. Michael, glad you're sharing with us, buddy. Hitting Newcomb's on Monday, so we may be going for a ride. I'll follow up with Michael on that. Thank you, Michael. One of the few people I'll ride with. I'm real picky about that. And that's a topic for another time too. Know who you're sharing the journey with and be discerning. There's been times when I wasn't discerning, and you know what? Got the results from that. It was disastrous for me and for other people too. Another topic for another time. Going to sign off. It's great talking with you. Thanks for joining the conversation today. Like our Facebook page. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. We want you to be part of the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you got to say. And Michael, Chris, Ernest, thanks for joining the conversation today. So glad you've been here with us. So glad to be able to talk to you one-on-one, even though we're not in the same room at the moment, but we will be soon. And be good to yourself. Have a great holiday. Take time to connect with yourself, connect spiritually, connect with family, connect with friends. Think a little bit about continual improvement too. What do you have going? What are you reading? If you're not reading, what are you doing? Maybe working on some Tai Chi or some martial arts, some physical training, getting out for a hike. Enjoy it. Have a safe, fun holiday. Thanks for joining us for Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf, and I will see you on the trail.